to Athens, there into Clark and Oconee counties, or Jackson County, I should say. As you move up into Banks County, you'll continue to see that snow falling through the 3 o'clock hours. Now it's 4 o'clock here, and it looks like those of you in Clark County are getting some really healthy snow amounts, especially if this is a 2 or 3 hour track here. As you get into the backside of Morgan County, Walton County, you're still getting some heavy amounts. Barrow County, you're starting to clear out. It's now 6 o'clock, and most of that energy is walking to the east, but there could still be some of our eastern communities, especially Hart and Elbert counties, that are still dealing with snow falling even as the sun starts to go down. With the sun going down, the temperature will fall on the road and in the air fairly quickly. Therefore, there will be some tricky spots through the overnight into tomorrow and likely as late as Monday afternoon when we see both sunshine and warmer temperatures.
All right, Jonathan, thank you so much. Let's go ahead. We've got a team of reporters on the ground. We want to go ahead and check in with them here at the top of the hour. So let's start first with Fox 5's Chris Rosenthal.
Yeah, he's on 985 North where there's a multi-vehicle crash. Chris, what are you seeing out there?
Yeah, absolutely. You know, I was just on 985 North, and there were actually several accidents, several along the way, several cars piled up alongside the road. About one accident I passed, there was about 3 cars on the side of the road there, just south of Friendship Road, and stuck in traffic for, probably about 30, 45 minutes or so, just getting slow going, getting up through that, but finally broke free, got through that. Didn't look like there were anything too serious or serious injuries. There were, I also saw a lot of plows going down the highway on the other side as well. So, but I ended up here. I'm on Friendship Road, up off of 985, and I'm at this QT here, which has been a bit of a play station here. We've got Mila and Meadow here. They are. Not too steep of a hill, but they are making the best of it. Here they go. All right. So here's Mom Brandy here. Tell me.
Oh, it really is. It was terrible. I was really glad that it wasn't icy. It was just kind of slush. So, but it was kind of fun. We just got out on the side, and there was some friendly faces waving. We were all kind of stuck in it together. So,
And check. It looked like one of the cars actually didn't have anybody in it, so they might have left to go to some safer place. But yeah, traffic was definitely slowed down there for a while. Still slowed down there. The conditions though were still fair, wet, icy, slushy, snowy on those roads for sure.
Yeah, we're looking at some of the video that you shot, Chris, of this particular accident on 985.
Looks like a lot of vehicles involved there. Hopefully everyone's okay.
Yeah, and like you said, it left you backed up for a while. Go ahead.
Let me ask you a question. You can hear the wind in your mic there.
Yeah.
Is it a killer out there when that hits and kind of takes your breath away?
Oh yeah, it is definitely very windy, and you can see you may be able to see from the camera when it gets windy, it picks up that snow, and it's just a white dust that really makes it even harder to see. It really kills the visibility, and yeah, it does. When that wind hits your skin, we talk about that wind chill. It makes it feel a lot worse for sure. So yeah, this wind is definitely nothing to. It's definitely no joke.
Yeah, by comparison, Chris, you were last weekend in DeKalb County where there really wasn't that much ice to report on, but you certainly have your fair share of weather conditions this weekend.
It's his turn now.
Yeah, it's your turn now, Chris. So we appreciate
I was thinking about that. I was thinking about that. It's a big difference from last week for sure.
Yeah.
So.
All right, thanks, Chris, for your reporting there tonight. Well, let's check in now with Fox 5's Rob D'Arienzo.
He's on Highway 316, which is a major east-west artery in Gwinnett County, and he was actually trying to get to Athens. Rob, what's it looking like out there? I see that you are all bundled up. You're from New Jersey, but I don't see any skin barely except your eyes.
Tyler, we're going to stay put here. It's a little too dangerous at this point to try to head all the way to Athens. So we are staying here in Gwinnett County, but I want to give you a look at the roads right now. They have gotten a little bit better within the last hour or so. This is Buford Road. This is just off of 316. We saw a couple of pretty nasty accidents and incidents earlier, but you can see traffic is moving a little bit better at this point, but there's still a lot of slush and snow in the roads. The other thing that is a big concern is just the fact that this stuff could refreeze. Now I want to walk you over to this parking lot over here just to kind of show you what we're seeing. It's windy. People go over the snow. The snow sort of melts, but then it refreezes on the ground and creates those really slick conditions. It almost looks like slush, but it is essentially ice, and it can turn into a skating rink very quickly.
Yeah, Rob, your safety is our concern, so make sure you stay safe while you're out there giving everyone the coverage out there. We don't want you to get back on the road unless you feel comfortable, because that's obviously, we want to make sure you stay safe.
Yeah, we certainly appreciate your reporting on the ground.
I appreciate you, Tyler. Thank you.
Thanks, Rob.
Well, let's zoom out a little bit. Our winter coverage continues in Sandy Springs.
Yeah, let's go to Fox 5's Ariel Onstadt, who is out in Sandy Springs. Hi, Ariel. It looks like a different scenario where you are. Tell us what conditions are like.
Hey, Christine, great to hear from you. I have to tell you guys, we just got here. We came from the Midtown area. In the past 5 minutes that we have been standing here, a bunch of snow has collected on the lens of our camera. I can't tell you what conditions were like just a few minutes ago because we have just gotten here, but I can say it is coming down much more significantly in Sandy Springs than it was in Midtown. You kind of see this blowing, snowy haze as it's coming through. We're by Emory St. Joseph's Hospital, and just down this road, you can see the silhouette of the King and Queen buildings, but it's difficult to see because of the snow and the visibility conditions. You can see how snow's accumulated right here along the side of the sidewalk. It's like a dusting, it's not too significant, but it's something that I'm noticing because I didn't see quite this level in parts of. To answer your question, Christine, absolutely, road much more wet and damp over here. And again, we're by Jonathan Ferry Road.
And Ariel, it looks like it's starting to stick behind you a little bit. So that could be a sign that as it continues to fall, that the roads could start getting a little worse.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's something I'm going to keep an eye on. I want to make sure that if there are any changes, I'll let you guys know, because absolutely it started to stick on the sidewalk beside us. And while I don't see it in the road here, that doesn't mean that story won't change as the afternoon progresses. So I'll keep an eye on it. But as of right now, it looks like, people driving past me, things proceeding fairly normally over here by the hospital.
All right. Well, it seems like we're not at the end of this snowfall just yet. So Ariel will check back in with you and see what conditions are like. Thanks so much.
Yeah, let's head northeast of where she is, up in Lumpkin County, Dahlonega, where they woke up to wintry conditions today.
Yeah, that's where Fox 5's Larry Spruill joins us with a look at conditions there. You got smart. You left where you slid down the hill over on campus, Larry. Where are you now, and what are things like?
Well, Christina and Tyler, so the kids, they got tired, so they left the hill, so we came to downtown, and as you can see right now, crews are still out here trying to clean up, and they're saying that it's kind of still icy on this pathway right here, but they're trying to clear this area
Same spot where it was literally ice.
The exact same spot with your photographer, Stephen Herron. And it was ice, and I'll tell you, they did such a great job of clearing it. I actually see stuff on the ground there, which is obviously it's still continuing to fall, so they're having to deal with that up there, but just a completely different picture just a matter of 7 days later.
Do you see people, Larry, maybe walking around trying to take some of it in?
Yeah. Well, if we can point right there, there's some people walking around taking pictures of the snow down there. So it's a few people that's walking around the downtown area, but the good news is there are little to no cars, and so that's a good thing because we're obviously wanting people to stay off the roads, but there are some people, hey, how are you? There are some people, downtown taking pictures and just enjoying the scenery of some sorts.
Yeah.
Doing a good job of treating the sidewalks out there to make sure people can actually walk around. I know at different points last week it was definitely a little icy in different areas.
Right, and I spoke with them earlier now, and they said that's why they're out here today, because they're afraid that it will freeze over and then it will cause ice. and so they're trying to clean as much area of the sidewalk as they can to keep that from happening.
Yeah, Larry, lesson learned, I guess, from a week ago. Who would have thought that a week later we'd get more snowy conditions this
And I was just checking with our storm team. It feels a lot colder than it did last week. It looks like it's somewhere around just in the single digits up there.
Are you getting the same type of wind gusts, Larry, that we saw some of our other reporters getting?
Yeah, so earlier when we were at the college, the university, there was a wind gust, and then right before we got out the car, it was a wind gust as well that came through. So I had to pull out my Detroit boots, my Detroit snow jacket. I had this when I was in Detroit. I had to pull it out here because it actually is colder, and with that wind gust that's blowing in, it makes it colder as well.
All right, Larry, we appreciate your reporting there from Dahlonega. We'll check back in and see how conditions are changing, if any.
And hopefully you can get another chance for a snow angel.
You know, he didn't break a sign like you did last weekend when he threw that big thing of ice at the sign to show us how hard.
I did a lot of things last week.
You did a lot of things last week. I'm glad you didn't break it, but
the sign
he's
was still there.
Himself.
I saw it behind him. It's still
I did
there.
notice it was still there, so good.
Well, let's head south over to Newton County.
That's where Fox 5's Christopher King is. Christopher, give us an update on what things are looking like there.
Well, Christine and Tyler, the snow is coming down, so the hood is up, as you can see here. The snow is picking up. This is 278 near Emory Street in Covington. The flurries are coming down. Nothing sticking to the road, maybe a little bit on the grass, but not on the road so far. Story is, it's really cold and windy out here. Traffic lights are swaying in the wind. The roads are still clear. Driving is still pretty smooth, but that doesn't mean you should get out on the road. This could be the quad.
It's interesting that we were talking, Chris, to one of our other reporters about how much more traffic is on the road compared to last year. You're not even near a highway. You're standing at a secondary road, and it's pretty busy.
Yeah, it's pretty busy, and that's because the roads are pretty okay over here. But again, as I said before, that's no reason to get out on the road. All the officials have been saying, in every county I've been to, said stay off the roads. Why is that? Because things could change at any moment. I've not seen any plows out here. They've not had to have any plows out here, but you never know. You don't want to get stuck out there. You don't want to give emergency crews a reason to have to come out and rescue you.
Yeah, good point. All right, Chris, thanks so much. We'll check back in with you here throughout the hour. Let's continue.